Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the channel today. My name is Mike, and today I kind of want to talk about a little bit of a quote that got me thinking, right? Again, yesterday was Easter Sunday. I was busy most of the day. When I saw this yesterday outside of my house, I wanted to run to my computer and make a video. Although I wasn't home, so that would have been bit difficult, but I kept it in the back of my dome, and I was going to talk about it today when I got on my computer. Um, this thing that had me thinking, it kind of is a broader topic on the overall quarterback discussion in this modern NFL era, specifically in this year, in this offseason, ranking the quarterbacks and who's the best, who's the second best, et cetera, right? So I think the general consensus is that Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow are the two best quarterbacks in the NFL. I think that that's pretty universally agreed upon. You could see a Josh Allen slip in there. You could see, although I think it's a bit premature, you could see a Jalen Hurts. But I think overall, if you took a poll, it would be Mahomes and Burrow in the top two, right? So naturally, there are going to be people who want to rearrange the top two and put Burrow at one and Mahomes at two. Although I think it's quite obvious that Mahomes should be number one. But you will have those fans out there who put Burrow at one and Mahomes at two. Now, one of those fans is former professional quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals, who also wears number nine on his chest, Carson Palmer, who said this week that Joe Burrow is better than Patrick Mahomes because Joe Burrow, he is more, he operates the offense better. He is consistently better on a play-by-play basis, and he doesn't, wander off and such like Mahomes does. So I just wanted to talk about that today and give my opinion and make my stance very clear on Mahomes versus Joe Burrow. Before we get into that, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, I will be streaming the draft on April 27th. So if you guys are interested, please make sure to check that out. And I will see you guys there. All right, so let's kind of get into. Let me get better in frame. Let me go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of the argument, right? So he says that consistently, by a play-by-play basis, Joe Burrow is better than Mahomes. Okay, Joe Burrow, to me, you could make that argument. You could say, okay, Joe Burrow by play doesn't do he does more things right. Like he probably goes through his progressions. He's accurate. Yes, yes, yes. But the thing that Joe Burrow doesn't have that Mahomes does have is first of all a fucking rocket launcher on his right arm. Mahomes can slang that thing. Pause. Um, Number two, Mahomes makes plays that nobody in the fucking world can make. That's the thing with Mahomes, right? The other thing with Mahomes that we have to give him over Joe Burrow, Mahomes in the crunch time, in the clutch, in the game-winning scenarios, is perfect. Like he is incredible. Um, Two Super Bowls he has won on late game-winning touchdown drives, or game-winning scoring drives rather. Joe Burrow, for what it's worth, lost his Super Bowl, right? Um, wasn't able to get it done, had the ball at the end of the game, wasn't able to get it done. Okay, cool. Mahomes has proven time and time and time again. Look at the Buffalo game. Look at both Buffalo games actually. Look at, whenever. Um, the AFC Championship game this year against Joe Burrow. Um, I just think that Mahomes, he's got that thing where if he has the ball late in the game, the Chiefs win. That's point blank period, right? And I think it's also very interesting to look at their playoff resume because while Joe Burrow has a pretty good win-loss record, um, largely that's been because of his defense's playmaking ability. You want to look at the Baltimore game this year. I mean, they should have lost that game. If Tyler Huntley doesn't fumble that ball and Sam Hubbard takes that 100 yards the other way, the Bengals probably lose that game. They only put up like 10 points. Um, a lot of these other games, again, the game against Tennessee, Joe Burrow didn't do that good. The defense intercepted Tannehill three times. So to me, it's just very interesting the narrative of Burrow versus Mahomes and how Burrow's fan base wants to put him over Mahomes. I think Joe Burrow's a great quarterback. I literally just said I think he's the second best quarterback in the NFL. But I just think there's no competing with Mahomes. There is no competing with Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is by far and away the best quarterback in this league. And I understand why Carson Palmer said that. I'm not mad at Carson Palmer. If a Chiefs quarterback came out and said, "Oh, Mahomes is better than Burrow," you can claim bias as well, although I think he'd be right. But I understand Carson Palmer wanted to stick up for his fan base, and for not to get bogus or nothing, but Carson Palmer's probably pretty impressed because Joe Burrow did the thing that Carson Palmer never did, which was win in the playoffs. Um, so yeah, I just want to make a video on that real quick. Had to get my rant off about Mahomes and Burrow. I think Mahomes is clearly number one, and Burrow is just a step below at number two. But what do you guys think? Burrow, Mahomes, what are you guys thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.